Start. So let's start Green's theorem. So first to take down something about the Green's theorem. If p x comma y means p is the function of xy and q x comma y means q is the function of xy are continuous function of x and y having continuous partial derivative in a region R of xy plane bounded by a closed curve C1, then integration which is closed and cyclic p dx plus q dy you can write as double integration for the given region bracket dou q by dou x minus dou p by dou y dx dy. Now see, sometimes students used to forget that here we are going to write dou q by dou x or dou q by dou y, because mostly in our sense p comes with x and q comes with y, right? This is what the most sense we get. And when you are writing the differential here, the second part, in the second part it looks like this. So here you have to be very careful, very careful, like how this dou p by dou y is together, dou q by dou x is together. Okay. Now for that I have for this I have a trick. Like how you remember, like p comes with y. So you remember we used to say like pyqs, right? Previous year questions. So previous year, so p comes with y, so dou p by dou y in Green's theorem. Okay. Now we take one example so that we can understand this. In this again, what is your whenever the question will come, it may come in terms of r, so we have to keep in mind that what is r is always x plus y plus z with ijk. I'll change the page. What is your r? Always whenever r comes, it will be xi plus yj plus zk. Okay, this r is equal to xi plus yj plus zk. This I have given many times, right? So, and whenever dr comes, this will come as dxi plus dyj plus dzk. Okay. So if the question is not given exactly in the form of integration c p dx plus q dy, then it will be given as a vector function. Example f is equal to sin y I cap plus x 1 plus cos y j. Now, and evaluate integration c f dr. Both are vectors. This is dot and this is cyclic. Okay, now you see, still this is line integration. Okay, but you get my point. If this is line integration, but here we have dot product, so if f value is given like this, then if I will multiply, if I will do a scalar product with dr, means with this answer, get my point, f is given like this, and if I will do the dot product, then whatever format will come, that format, there I can apply Green's theorem. How? Because you know the in dot product ijk will not be there, right? Ijk will disappear in dot product, but what will happen, dx will come and dy will come. So you see here, I will change the page, just I'll write Green's theorem again. Okay, going back, take down. Take down. Yeah, of course, because ijk is mentioned, na? Ijk is mentioned. Yeah, vector function. Done? Okay, I will change the page. Now see here, I will write that Green's function again, Green's theorem again. So you see, in the Green's theorem, take care of this thing. You check where do you have dx written, and you check where do you have dy written. The coefficient of dx you consider as p, coefficient of dy you consider as q, then only you should apply Green's theorem like this. The bracket dou q by dou x minus dou p by dou y, and then dx into dy. Okay, so if I am taking the example, in this example f is given as, see, one by one I will explain very properly. Sin y, it is given with coefficient of I, plus x1 plus cos y, this is coming with j. Now they are asking us to calculate f dot dr, right? Cyclic integral. Now you see, if you want to calculate f dot dr, then one thing should be very clear, that how will you do dot product. So students should not be confused here. They will not give you dr value, because dr value is by default. What is dr value? dxi plus dyj plus blah blah things. Okay, so what will you do? Integration. Substitute this value of f here as it is, and substitute this dr value by default, that is nothing but dxi plus dyj, right? Okay, now understand one thing. This dxi, I and I you will multiply together, so then you will be getting integration. You see here, sin y you are going to get with dx, sin y I am getting with dx. I hope I am not doing any mistake. After that, plus this j is here and this j is here, so this x plus cos y, x1 plus cos y, and this dy is coming here, dy. So now you see, this looks like that p dx plus q dy, right? So here you can clearly see this guy is behaving like p and this guy is behaving like q. So for this purpose, now one thing is clear. Is it easy to integrate or not? That depends on your integration skills. But here I am teaching you how to convert, how to apply Green's theorem. So this is a linear equation, linear integration, and I want to convert into Green's theorem. How can I convert into Green's theorem? So idea is, I will erase this part. Okay, so this total equation I can write in this format. I am going to convert into Green's theorem. So converting. Now q I will differentiate for dx. So this is my q. So if I will differentiate this for x, then I will be remaining with 1 plus cos y. I hope everyone is comfortable with this. 1 plus cos y. Done. Minus this minus sign. Where is p? This is p. This p I want to differentiate with respect to y. So that is nothing but simple differentiation, cos y will come. cos y. Then put the bracket, and this dx dy will come from the default formula. Then you can clearly see this cos y and cos y we can cancel. So we are remaining with double integration dx dy. Okay. And in the question, if the question is given for the circle and the area of the circle is mentioned, then this guy is nothing but this total is representing the area of a complete body. This is representing the area of the complete body. So the area of complete body is nothing but pi r square. And if they are mentioning that r is equal to 1 or 2 or 3, whatever radius is given, then we can substitute that value here. So for r is equal to 1, your double integration dx dy will be pi alone. Okay, pi will be your answer. Take down. And see, how can I write that pi r square? They must mention in the question itself. I am jumping to the question that in this example, evaluate this. So when you are going to evaluate this, then here itself you should design your path, on which path you want to integrate this. So the path you must mention. So mention here. See, this curve is here, na? So that curve you have to say C is a circle. So you have to write the equation also for the circle. X square plus y square is equal to r square. Then only you can. So C is the circle. On this circle only you are going to integrate. So when you integrate, it will be pi r square. The complete area pi r square. Now we'll take one more question. No. Actually, this should be edited in the question itself. C must be given as circle. We will not assume. Okay. So edit your question. In the question you write, because they may give some other curve. So if they are giving some other curve, then question format will change. Like one more question I will take where the curve is not circle, where the curve is something else. So see, because finally, I will change the page. Finally, we landed to integration dx dy, and we know that for which surface we are doing integration, that surface is covered by the curve. For this surface I am doing integration, and this surface is covered by a curve C, and this curve C is nothing but x square plus y square is equal to r square mentioned in the question. So this curve area enclosed under the curve you want to find out. So that area I am very clear that is nothing but the area of circle, because the curve itself is a circle. So why to bother about this now? Because we are going for surface integration, so we already know this integration is pi r square. Okay, what if the given curve is not circle? What if the given curve is square with sides x is equal to a and y is equal to b? Even this can be the case. So in that case, this will be AB, simple AB multiplication. What if the given curve is representing an ellipse? You may be remembering x square plus a square y square by b square is equal to 1. This is the fundamental basic formula for the ellipse. What if this kind of question is coming, that ellipse is given? So in that case, what is the formula? Vedant, what is the formula? Are you sure? Area of ellipse? Anyone else? No, this is what? Area of ellipse. Are you sure it is correct? Okay. What is the area of circle, Vedant? Just give a try. Pi r square, right? Okay. So if I have ellipse in which this axis, this total axis, this total length, how do we give our minor axis, major axis? You know the length, right? 2a, 2b, right? So can I say this half one is my a, and can I say this half one is my b? No doubt in this. So same ellipse will convert into circle if I will give a is equal to b is equal to r. So in this formula, if you substitute a is equal to b is equal to r, will it give you the area of circle? So one minor mistake is there. Can you judge your mistake? Very good. Very, very good. So guys, when area of ellipse is given, I mean, when they are mentioning that the curve which is closed, that is an ellipse, it depends. Okay, because in some exams, I mean in some questions, you may land exactly here, and after that you don't know what to do. You don't know the integration limits. You don't know anything. But there is a trick in the question itself. They will mention what kind of curve is covering the surface, right? Okay. Now I will change the page. That's all. I hope I have explained very well. Now one more question will take, so that will make you more clear. Now the problem is, if they want to complicate the question, then they will not give you a simple closed curve so that you can easily judge the answer. They may give you curve bounded by two different curves. For example, if there is a function, and in this function I have a surface. Let me explain in this way. Suppose I have a surface like this, and this surface is changing. I mean, there is some vector passing through the surface. Suppose there is some vector passing through. I am going into detail. I should not go actually, but because these things are not important. But simply I'm just being interested. So suppose these are the, now suppose you want to integrate all these properties, whatever you are seeing here. So how will you integrate all these properties? Right. So there are two ways. Either you know that property of one guy, and that you keep on, because it is keep on like it is on the curve. Okay. So if you integrate the entire curve, then that time you can integrate the entire property. There is one more way. Just integrate this area itself. So that's why we have line integration, which is converting us into surface integration. So this is how all the different curves, I mean theorems are there. Main thing is integration. Main thing we are trying to find out the resultant property. Okay, so no need to go into this. My point is this. Right now, this curve, what I have done, this curve what you are seeing, this curve can be a circle. In that case, we have ready-made formula pi r square. This curve can be a pet geometry, what formula we remember very well. But sometimes they can say that the area what we are going to calculate, that area is bounded by one equation which is y is equal to f1x, and another equation which is y is equal to f2x. In that case, what will happen? This area we have to calculate. Okay, this area. But the problem is we don't know the shape of this new diagram. We cannot say this is circle, ellipse, or what. So in that case, we should know how to calculate area under the curve. So that is not a big deal. That is very, very easy. I will explain. One example I will take. In that example, I will clear this. Take down. Yes, Pratik, ask your doubt. It will be in your in the question itself. You compare Stokes theorem question, you compare Green's theorem question. In what sense they are different? Then only you can judge the difference. Stokes theorem is actually coming as with symbol FDR, but Green's theorem is coming with PDX plus QDY, right? So like formats of the questions will guide you that which theorem you will use. And sometimes only F is given. That's what I'm saying. See, there is possibility that they may give you similar question that is solvable by both, because finally answer should be same. It depends. Question is like very lengthy, question is small. So in which way you have practiced more? Now I will change the page and let's have one small question. Now in this question you will understand what area I'm talking. Suppose integration the closed curve, like we have to integrate a function on the closed curve, and that is given as 3x square minus 8y square and dx, and plus 4y minus 6xy into dy. Okay. Now they are saying that what you are going to integrate, this much thing you are going to integrate for the curve, then what is the idea, what the curve looks like? Are you getting what the curve looks like? So this time they are defining the curve and they are saying that this time your curve is not a clean curve like circle or ellipse. It is bounded by two different equations. So take down dy bounded by y is equal to under root x and y is equal to x square. I hope you'll understand the physical meaning of this. Now you see, physical meaning is also very, very important in mathematics. Sometimes few ideas we can get and remaining ideas will be based on your own smartness. Okay, let's do this. So see guys, this y is equal to, see, first thing you keep in mind, what is this and what is this? So you know very well, actually that is not important to discuss here, but because it is mentioned here and here, so it is very clear these are the values of f. I mean the f is nothing but 3x square minus 8y square I cap plus 4y minus 6xy j cap, and your r value, sorry, your dr value is nothing but dxi plus dyj. And when you will do dot product of both, then only these two people will come together like this and these two people will come together like this. But my point is, here we don't have to bother about how this equation is coming. Okay, in this we don't have to bother about that. Okay, now see, now one thing is clear, that there is a vector field like this, but we are not discussing the vector field, we are discussing in the Green's theorem. But I want to say something. Suppose there is a vector field, so it is an entire field, like everywhere it is distributed, everywhere the vector field is distributed. You can consider, like for example, electromagnetic wave, any wave, electric field, magnetic field, they are vector quantities, right? Now there is one curve which is y is equal to under root x. Okay, so on a separate page you draw y is equal to under root x. So this y is equal to under root x is nothing but a parabola. Y is equal to under root x is nothing but a parabola. That will be like this. And y is equal to x square is another parabola. That is nothing but like this. Both the parabolas will cut here. Okay, so this much area what you are seeing here, this area you keep anywhere, here or here or here or here, anywhere, and you give me the property. That's all. So that area, how will you find out? So let's discuss the page. I'll change the page. You see here. Note, in this integration, the C what you are seeing is always a closed curve for Green's theorem. So when you will draw the parabola like this, one more trick I will tell you. Trick. See, suppose you have this parabola, x-axis, y-axis. So this parabola is covering which axis, guys? This is covering x-axis. So equation of this parabola will be x is equal to y square. Very simple. Okay, or so this equation you can also write y is equal to under root x. Now suppose I am giving this parabola. So this parabola is covering minus y-axis, right? So this parabola will be minus y is equal to x square. Get my point? Which axis it is covering? Same name I am giving. Actually right now in Green's theorem you have closed curve, and in Stokes theorem also you have closed curve, Vedant. But in there are some other integrations also where you don't have closed curve. For example, if you want to integrate, suppose you have a PV diagram in thermodynamics. Suppose you have PV diagram and you have only state 1 to state 2. So in this case you have to integrate this equation, I mean below this. If you are integrating below this, so that time also you use PdV. So that time also you use integration. So this integration for which curve you are integrating? You are integrating for this curve, na? Vedant, are you getting my logic? So that time it is not a closed curve. Okay. So this is the beauty when same teacher teaches so many subjects it can link the example. Okay, now come to the point. Minus y is equal to x square. I hope you're understanding what my logic is. My logic is which axis the parabola is covering, that axis minus y. Here the axis is x. Now I hope you can easily write the equation of this parabola. The equation of this parabola is nothing but you are covering minus x axis. So minus x axis will be equal to which axis you are covering. I hope it's very, very clear. Y square. It's very clear. Done. Y is equal to x square if you will write. So you check in which direction, which axis. So y axis. So it means your parabola will cover this axis. So in the question, two equations are given. I will change the page. In the questions, two equations are given. So y is equal to under root x is one equation and y is equal to x square is another equation. Okay. So this equation you can write as y square is equal to x, and this equation is already y is equal to x square. So if you check out, x means this parabola. So what is the equation of this parabola? Y square is equal to x. Now this parabola. So y is here. So draw parabola like this, right? And they must pass through origin. This is the main condition here. So you see the curve here, the area here. This area, how will you calculate? Now it is a big deal. How will you calculate the area? How to calculate the area? We have to learn this now. So from that strip method we used to do in our university level classes. We used to have strip method. We used to draw the strip and that strip will move from one curve to another curve. Okay, so let's understand that strip method. So what will I do? I will erase this entire, no need to erase. You just try to understand here itself. The x limit is changing from here to here, right? Means this area is from here to here only we are covering, na? From here to here we are covering the x. So x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 1. How do I get x equal to 1? When you will solve this intersection point, you will be getting x equal to 1. How will you solve the intersection point? So you have y square is equal to x, y square is equal to x, and you have y is equal to x square, you have y is equal to x square. So they both will be equal. For which case? Only for one only they both will be equal. Y square is equal to x and y is equal to x square. They are equal for only for one. Other than that they cannot equal. But how will you find out mathematically? Anyway, it is your burden, but you can solve this. This y square value you substitute here in the x. So y is equal to, it will be y square whole square, right? So then you can find out this is valid for which equation? Y is equal to 1 or y is equal to minus 1 or something. So see, you can see here we are getting in first quadrant. We are getting in first quadrant, and when you will be, one more thing, one more intersection point is here. So for 0 also it is satisfied and for 1 also it is satisfied. Okay. So anyway, my point is this area, this coordinate, I mean which coordinate? I am talking about this coordinate. This coordinate is nothing but 0, 0. And what about this coordinate? This coordinate is 1, 1. Clear? So if I know my x coordinate, if I know my y coordinate, then you have to consider the strip. Now see here. Actually this area I have to draw separately so that I can explain. So I am drawing separately. Now I am drawing the area alone. So this is my area. Now in this area I am considering one strip, one small strip. Okay. This small strip, length of y is starting from this curve, because I am considering I am going in this direction. So I'll go in this direction, then I'll come back in this direction. Okay. So I'm considering that this small strip, I am starting from this curve. So your y is going from this curve, that is nothing but y is equal to x square curve, because remaining part is here. Okay. And it is landing to which curve? It is landing to this curve. So remaining part of this curve is this. So equation of this curve is y square is equal to x. So your y is varying from x square value to x value. I mean root x value. Right? So when you will do the integration for y, you should do that from x square to y is equal to root x. Your y is being changed, and your x axis, your area is, you see in this strip you have left wall and the right wall. Left wall can slide till here, and right wall can slide till here. So this is your x expansion. So that is 0 to 1. Clear? That's all. So now you got the limit of integration. Once you got the limit of integration, then remaining things are already discussed in the Green's theorem. So now we'll go for the Green's theorem. So this part is clear. This part actually, this is not the part of Green's theorem. This is like a tool, area under the curve. I'll change the page now. See here. This integration was given as 3x square minus 8y square dx plus 4y minus 6xy dy. What you have to do, this part consider as p, this part consider as q, then go for differentiation and substitute in the Green's theorem. What is Green's theorem? P dx, I am writing loosely. I am not bothering about c and cyclic and those things. Simply loosely, just to increase the speed, I am writing like that. This r dou q. Now see, I am going to write here direct equation. Dou q by dou x. This is my dou q by dou x. I mean, this is my q. So find out dou q by dou x. Dou x. So I'll be getting 0, 0 minus 6y. I hope it's clear. Then I will put minus sign. Then in the minus sign, I will differentiate this dou p by dou y. So 0 minus 8 दूनी 16y. Okay. 16y. Okay. Now next, whatever answer we are getting, this should be dx dy. Now guys, dx you have to integrate and dy also you have to integrate. So you should know the limit. So do we know the limit? Yes, we know the limit. What is our limit? That's what we have sorted out now. This limit is your x limit from 0 to x is equal to 1. Okay. And this limit is your y limit. Y is equal to x square to this limit is y is equal to root x. Right. So now make it more simple. Inside you have only y term. So keep y only, means minus 6y minus plus 18. How can I write 18 here? No, 16y. Okay. Then only you write dy here because here we have only y term, and the dx you send here, dx. And don't be confused with the limits. Here you have limit x square to root x, and then you have limit 0 to 1. That's all done. Now what will you do? You integrate this y part first. So you'll be getting the inside one. You solve this. You're getting 10, right? So 10y. So integration 10y and integrate for y. So you'll be getting y square by 2. And 10 you take outside, no problem. Now here you have limit x square to root x. Then substitute this root x here and then x square here. After substituting root and x square, you will be getting a function of x, right, inside. Then already dx is here, right? So then you will integrate for dx. Whatever answer will come in terms of x, that answer you will integrate for dx, right? And the final answer should come as 3 by 2. Very good, Vedant. The final answer should come as d by 2. I hope it's clear. Ask. Oh, then it will be complicated. That type of term will not come. If there is term, we have the procedure. Suppose both are present. In that case, you will consider one as constant, one you will integrate. In last class, we have done this. Same last question Vedant was asking out of the class. That last class doubt was the same. If x and y both are present in the bracket, then how to tackle? Then you will tackle by integrating, leave one, integrate another one. And in the last, you integrate all. Okay. Now we will do one more problem. So, guys, are you getting? In this problem, this dx dy part didn't help you as a circle or ellipse or something. We got long procedure. We have to find out limits. So if extra curve is coming or extra defined curve is coming, like there are two lines, there are two curves, then your workload will increase, right? In the Green's theorem. I will take one more question that will be little simpler than that, but still worth to discuss. I'll change the page. Take down the question. I hope you're enjoying learning a lot of things. X square plus xy dx, then put plus sign, bracket, x square plus y square dy, where C is a what is this written? Just a minute. Where C is, what is written? Okay, C is a square. S-Q-U-A-R-E, C is a square. This is xy. C is a square by lines. Now you see here, they are mentioning our closed curve, that it is a square. So if the C is a square, then of course in the square also you will be having limits, right? So they are saying that C is a square by lines. What kind of lines? They have mentioned x is equal to plus minus 1 and y is equal to plus minus 1. Then find the integration along the given square. Actually, see guys, in your 11th 12th class you have done closed curve integrations, but unknowingly, not into this much deep. I will explain the difference. See, suppose if you remember, there was something we used to call as flux, right? Flux phi. And this flux phi we used to calculate with the, I am talking about the magnetic flux, not the electric flux. Magnetic flux, we used to have symbol for the magnetic field B, and this magnetic field we used to integrate with our area. So when we used to integrate, we used to put cyclic interval. So we used to integrate this on a curve. Let me explain. Suppose these are the magnetic field lines passing in the space, and I want to know that how much flux is passing only from this much area. Only from this much area. So in that case, all those flux I should integrate about this closed curve. That is the meaning. But okay, this is one concept. But right now what we are, and in 11th 12th class we also used to study integration, where your limits used to given as only one integration, right? Either dx or dy, x is equal to 2 to x is equal to 3. So this type of integration has physical feel when you are solving. Just example, I took the thermodynamics, right? In thermodynamics we have PV diagram, and in this, suppose this is the variation. So in this variation, suppose here and here, so this is volume is equal to V1, suppose 10 ml, and here volume is equal to V2, suppose 20 ml. So whatever work done has happened for the constant pressure line from volume is equal to P1 to volume is equal to V2. So in that case, it is not a closed curve equation. There is no concept of closed curve here. So you should feel what we are doing, you should feel the difference here what we are doing. Okay, so now we are doing on the closed curve. So whenever you have closed curve, then there will be shape of the curve. So shape of curve is decided by some mathematical equation. Either it will be circle or ellipse or triangle or any kind of known things. So see guys, these areas are known directly, but still if we want to be more specific, we must mention what is our radius, what is our minor, what is our major, or in case of triangle or in case of a square, they should mention. So here what they are saying, because it is mathematics, right? And it is not that much tough to decide the square. What they are saying, you have a line this much, you have a line this much. Total 4 lines are given. Let's understand how 4 lines are given. These 4 lines are making a square. So one is given x is equal to plus 1. So x is equal to plus 1 is this line here, because this intersection is plus 1 intersection, correct, at this point. Then plus 2, plus 3, plus 4. So this line is x equal to 1 line. In same way, x is equal to minus 1 is also given, because plus 1 is both is given. So minus line is this line, this side, x is equal to minus 1. In same way, when you go up, you'll be getting y is equal to plus 1 line. Here y is equal to minus 1 line. So you can see the area closed here, this area. For this area we have to calculate, for this curve, sorry, for this curve we have to calculate. For this curve we have to calculate. So you know that whenever you have two integrations, then one integration will be for y. So what is the limit of y here? Minus 1 to 1. And what is the limit of x here? Again, minus 1 to 1. So minus 1 to 1, minus 1 to 1, right? This will be our limit. I'll change the page. So see here. The given integration was x square plus xy dx plus x square plus y square dy. Okay. So what your Green's theorem says, solution part, what your Green's theorem, p dx plus q dy, how will you write? Double integration dq by dx minus, put the whole bracket, dp by dy dx dy. Okay, now you see how to go ahead. This is x square plus y, this is your p value because it is the coefficient of dx, already I have explained. And this is your q value. So q value you integrate, what is this? Differentiate for x. So you will be getting 2x, then put minus sign. Then this guy is your p. So dp by dy means x alone, correct? Okay, I hope you don't have any trouble here. Then you put dx dy. So finally what you are getting? Finally you are getting this as simple x. Okay, so you put here simple x. So double and also put minus 1 plus 1 plus 1. I hope you understand the logic. Then double integration minus 1 plus 1 minus 1 plus 1 x dx dy. Okay, you do one thing now. Because x is already present here, so it's better you integrate y part first. So when you will integrate the y part first, then you will be getting y, and so this part you take outside. Outside means you do like this. Integration x dx you leave as it is, and here you write y minus 1 to 1. So this total will give you 1 minus minus 1. So that is 2. So this 2 you take outside. So after that you will be remaining with x dx and this 2 here, integration minus 1 to 1. So this will give you after integration x square by 2. So that by 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So you'll be remaining with x square minus 1 to 1. So then you can do substitute the limit 1 minus minus 1 square. So it is 0. Very good. That's all very clear. Okay.